Hey, hey, what's up? Mark King here, and this is article. This is from Pew Research. I assume it's deep Pew Research. I've never really visited this site, but this popped up on my radar, and it's titled "A Majority of Young Adults in the U.S. Live with their Parents for First Time Since Great Depression." This is by Richard Fry, Jeffries Passell, and Devera Cohn. Now, like if I were to really be a great teacher, what I would do is ask the class, well, what do you think about this? The class will answer questions. Just straight off the bat. You use your knowledge. You basically scaffold past knowledge, come up with new ideas. This is how I would approach it. But the school system really puts regulations and time constraints. Unfortunately, you don't get to teach kids. It's like that old cliche. They want you teaching you basically teach what to think, not how to think. That's essentially the same concept there. This is one of many reasons why I'm against the Common Core. So let's see what this leads to. All right, and let's talk a little bit. So the outbreak has pushed millions of Americans, especially young adults, to move with family members. The share of 18 29 year olds living with their parents has become majority since the pandemic case began spreading over a year. Well, earlier this year, surpassing the previous peak during the Great Depression. So, what does that mean to people, right? What does that mean to me? Well, on the surface, it sounds bad. Wow, the Great Depression. Of course, when I said the word surface, I think it's kind of a good thing. Let's see why I could think it's possibly a good thing. Let's just continue reading a little bit and then we'll discuss. In July, 50% of young adults reside with one or both their parents, up from 47 in January, according to new Pew Research Center analytics. Anyway, it grew to 26.6 million increase. Okay, so increase from February to 26.6 million. Wow, there are a lot of losers out there apparently. But here's the thing, right? Most of the world outside of the insane United States, this is the way it works. You live with your parents until you technically can live by yourself, or when you're ready to get married. And usually, like, to get married, you need finances. Okay, to me, this is okay. It's about silver linings in the world. A lot of bad things happen, but then there are a lot of good things. This is called a positive. People are going to label it like a negative, but there are a lot of positives here. It's not a bad thing to keep the family unit together. Okay, one of the things that communists try to do is break the family unit up, right? And the corporations do this because they want you to pay basically double the rent. Instead of paying rent for or one property tax or rent for one household, you pay two, you pay three. So this is kind of like why they promote and try to push children outside when they're ready. This is why I'm also against the college, the school, university system. These kids should not be living by themselves. You know, they're not ready. I shouldn't say they shouldn't be living by themselves. They're not ready. Okay, and I honestly think kids should enter college a little later in life. Let them figure things out instead of blowing money from 18 to 21 or 22. Let them figure out things a little bit. Then go to college when they're ready. A lot of kids are pushing the things they weren't ready for. I was pushing something I don't think I was ready. Okay? I don't think I was ready for college, to be honest with you. No. How I would do it is actually have your kid work for like a year, see what it's really like. Eye opening once you work. When you work, especially when you work a physical job, eye opening. So the share of young adults living with their parents are higher in any previous measurement based on current surveys or decennial census. Okay, that's just wordy there. Okay, so before 2020, the highest measure value was 1940 census at the end of the Great Depression, when 48% of young adults live with their parents. Again, America was I'm going to say this. Obviously, you're not thriving in the Great Depression, but family was thriving. Again, all these problems you see in the black community that's creeping up in the white community, in the Latino community, will be solved if you put the kids back in the house, right? And the kids are 18, 19, 20. You know, to my mom, I'm still a baby boy. You know? All these problems in society will be solved, okay? There'll be less gang influence. Okay, young men, young adults, they're still influenced by a lot of things. That's why you have these insane social justice warriors. They read Karl Marx and think, now I understand. Yes, Marx was right. They don't understand because they haven't worked hard in their life. Anyway, the share of young adults living with their parents declined in 1950, 1960. Okay, so here it is, right? This is the... So, let's see. The share of young adults living with the parents. Okay, it increased and all of a sudden, somewhere at the end of World War II, right? So that means the economy probably thrived. Okay, and people were able to do things. Again, the golden age. When people look back at beauty in America, this is really the goal. Right here. This is when everything was perfect. And you see it's slightly crept up here, and all of a sudden, right here, something happened. Obviously, we know certain things happened. Right? Right here. Right? Obviously, we had the Great Recession, but something else happened here. We know what happened there. Of course, we know what happened here. Okay, but look how this goes. Let's say, I forget the technical name for this U-shape. Maybe there's a U-shaped graph. Right? So, I have friends. It's part of either their religion or the family structure where they basically have to live with the parents always. So when they get married, their wife or spouse moves in. Okay, and it's done generationally, so their kids will do the exact same thing also. I have no problem with that. Again, it saves on bills. People wondering like this is why Indians and Asians technically are richer. Besides, might be the IQ thing. It's also they save money. You know, they don't value clothing. They don't value those unnecessary burdens. And this is how you maintain wealth. The only problem is, you know, if you want to do some stuff with your girl under your parents' roof, that's just, you know, kind of icky. Anyway, so this just deals with the pandemic, and again, this is really about how more young adults who they define as 18 and 29 living at home. Okay, and most of the world, it's like that. Even when they get married, and I'm actually think this is a positive. You can undo. You can undo a lot of the welfare. You can undo the indoctrination. Like a lot of the reasons why women go off rails because they have no daddies around. You know, girls need daddies just as much as boys. Boys needed to control their manhood, to understand who they are. When I teach, the girls do not understand how strong boys are. Okay? Because they're taught at a very early age about equality when equality is never really defined. And then they're also taught at an early age about victimhood. They do not understand strength, logic, intelligence. They do not. Okay? This is where the daddies come in. Okay? Trust me, being teaching these urban neighborhoods is very tough. It's not really teaching material. It's the kids not committing acts of aggression. Okay? All this will be solved. If people want this again, this is the necessity. This is a silver lining. This is positive stuff. Okay? You gotta look at it as a positive. Okay? Anyway, share, save, subscribe. I don't know if there's anything else to really talk about in this article that I think would be pertinent to my discussions. Oh, let's see. Share with parents is more pronounced among 18 to 24. Okay, yeah, alright. It's basically the same thing. Alright. Share, save, subscribe, thumbs up. Yeah, have everybody going up here. Anyway, take care. Bye. Hope you enjoyed.